close margins among riders. Marc Marquez made a commanding statement on the first day of the 2025 MotoGP preseason test at Buriram Circuit, clocking the fastest lap time of 1 minute 29.184 seconds. The session showcased a fierce battle among Ducati, KTM, Honda, and Aprilia, with multiple riders also experiencing crashes as they push the limits. With just a 1-second gap separating the top 11 riders, this test serves as an early indication of a thrilling 2025 season ahead. The thrill begins in Buriram. The official preseason test kicked off on February 12, 2025, at Thailand's Buriram Circuit, running from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. local time. Aprilia Trackhouse Racing's Raul Fernandez was declared fit and ready to participate after recovering from a previous injury. Right from the start, Marc Marquez wasted no time setting the pace, recording an initial benchmark of 1 minute 30.587 seconds, edging out Marco Bezzecchi by 0.35 seconds. For reference, the current lap record at Buriram stands at 1 minute 28.700 seconds, leaving plenty of room for improvement. The opening 3 hours saw an intense battle at the top, with Ducati, KTM, Honda, and Aprilia all vying for dominance. As the track temperature soared to 55 degrees Celsius by midday, Alex Marquez, Gresini Ducati, surged to the top with a time of 1 minute 29.649 seconds, holding a 0.255 second advantage over Pedro Acosta, Red Bull KTM factory. Meanwhile, Marc Marquez, Ducati Lenovo, maintained a steady performance throughout the morning, climbing to third place. Honda found a glimmer of hope with Luca Marini, Honda HRC Castrol, securing fourth, while Marco Bezzecchi, Aprilia factory, kept Aprilia competitive in fifth. Crashes and rider adaptation. The session wasn't without its incidents. Enea Bastianini, Red Bull KTM Tech 3 Racing, suffered a crash in the morning, followed by Fermin Aldeguer, Gresini Racing, who went down at turn 8 but quickly made his way back to the pits. Aprilia Trackhouse Racing's Ai Ogura also fell at turn 3 but escaped without major injuries and soon rejoined the track. Local hero Somkiat Chantra, Idemitsu LCR Racing, faced struggles throughout the session, finishing 20th, trailing his fellow Honda riders by more than 0.8 of a second. Nonestrechash, Yamaha's performance and Ducati's strategy. Fabio Quartararo, Monster Energy Yamaha factory, started strong, breaking into the top 10 on his opening laps. Maintaining an average pace of 1 minute 30 seconds, he was slightly behind Pedro Acosta on KTM's latest RC16. After the lunch break, Marco Bezzecchi, aboard the Aprilia RSGP, improved his time to 1 minute 29.184 seconds, moving up to second place, just behind Alex Marquez. Jack Miller, Prima Pramac Racing, delivered an impressive run with Yamaha's latest YZR M1, securing fourth place in the second session of the day. Meanwhile, Ducati's factory duo, Marc Marquez and reigning champion Pecco Bagnaia, continued evaluating the GP25 prototype, but primarily stuck with the GP24 for the day. The question remains whether they will commit fully to the new machine before the season opener. A thrilling end to the session. The final 90 minutes saw a flurry of time improvements as riders pushed their limits. Marc Marquez reclaimed the top spot with a blistering 1 minute 29.775 seconds, nudging Marco Bezzecchi down to second. Pedro Acosta settled for third, followed by Alex Marquez and Franco Morbidelli in fifth. Pecco Bagnaia closed the session in eighth. As the test neared its conclusion, Marc Marquez further lowered his best time to 1 minute 29.184 seconds, shaving off 0.591 seconds from his previous mark. Behind him, Alex Marquez finished second, followed by Franco Morbidelli, Marco Bezzecchi, and Pedro Acosta, who had a minor crash but recovered swiftly. Luca Marini, Johan Zarco, and Pecco Bagnaia rounded out the top 8. Brad Binder, Jack Miller, and Joan Mir completed the top 10. Fabio Quartararo found himself in 13th place, trailing teammate Alex Rins. Notably, the top 11 riders were separated by just a single second, underlining the competitiveness of the 2025 MotoGP grid. Following the session, Quartararo shared his thoughts with Sky Sport. Before today, I didn't have a good feeling with the tires, which prevented me from riding the way I wanted. I hope tomorrow's track conditions improve, said the Frenchman optimistically. The MotoGP preseason test in Buriram continues tomorrow, with riders seeking the best setups before the highly anticipated 2025 season begins.